Spent in a miserable way.
U.S. News blocked calls with Trump Jr. around 2016 Trump Tower meeting were not with his father, Senator Donald Trump Jr., Executive Vice President of Development and Acquisitions with the Trump Organization Inc., speaks in Canonsburg, Penn, on March 12, 2018. Donald Trump Jr., Executive Vice President of Development and Acquisitions with the Trump Organization Inc., speaks in Canonsburg, Penn, on March 12, 2018. For more than a year, Congressional have pushed to unlock a mystery they said could reveal whether had advanced knowledge of a meeting his eldest son had in the summer of 2016 with a Russian lawyer promising damaging material about Democratic candidates. The key, they said, was to determine who was using blocked telephone numbers to speak to before and after the meeting in Trump Tower, suggesting he may have communicated with his father on a private line. But investigators have concluded that the blocked calls were conversations between Trump Jr. and two longtime business associates, Howard Lorber, a real estate investor who has done business in Russia, and Brian France, the chief executive of NASCAR, according to two people familiar with the determination. The findings were first reported by N. France did not immediately respond to a request for comment. A spokesman for Lorber said Friday that the real estate magnate does not recall conversations with Donald Trump Jr. in the summer of 2016, adding that Lorber never discussed any Russian matters with the president's son. Lorber is a longtime friend of the elder Trump, and the two went to Moscow in 1996 to scout for a real estate deal that never materialized, according to people familiar with the visit. The trip helped, confused about the business proposal to build a tower in Moscow. Join the club. A disputed BuzzFeed News report and more misstatements from President S. attorney have muddied the waters on what did and did not happen with the business deal in Russia. The deal has surfaced. President Donald Trump has long denied that he knew about the Trump Tower gathering in 2016, which was attended by Trump Jr., his brother-in-law Jared Kushner and Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. At the meeting, the president and his allies seized on the conclusions by congressional investigators, saying the findings undercut Democratic efforts to raise questions about links between Trump and Russia's interference in the 2016 campaign. The big deal, very mysterious Don Jr. telephone calls, after the innocent Trump Tower meeting, that the media dem said were made to his father me, were just conclusively found not to be made to me. Really sad. This witch hunt must end, he added. In his own tweet, Trump Jr. wrote more of the Democrat fake news narrative disappearing before their eyes. I wonder how many. Trump Jr. told the Senate Judiciary Committee in 2017 that his father had no knowledge of the June 2016 meeting with the Russians. My father knew nothing of the meeting or of these events, he said in a statement at the time of his testimony. Democrats, led by Rep. C. California, in a July 8, 2017, statement to the New York Times, Trump Jr. said meeting participants primarily discussed a program about the adoption of Russian children. The statement didn't, if it's what you say I love it, he wrote in an email to an associate who offered to set up the meeting. Democrats raised questions about phone calls made by Trump Jr. on June 6, 2016, that they thought might show that Trump's son informed his father about the meeting in advance. At 4:04 p.m. that day, phone records show M.A. Galarov, a wealthy Russian who helped arrange the meeting, called Trump Jr. Phone records show that Trump Jr. called back A. Galarov at 4:31 p.m. Between those two, Trump Jr. told the Senate Judiciary Committee that he did not remember whom he spoke with at that time, but others testified at the time that his father uses a blocked line. Democratic members of the House Intelligence Committee pushed for information on the blocked numbers for more than a year. But House Republicans, they did want to know whether he had informed his father and sought his permission to take that meeting with the Russians. it said in a 2018 interview with the Washington Post. On Thursday night, Kit told MSNBC that he would continue his efforts to find out who Don Jr. was talking to about that meeting at Trump Tower. Those conversations could have taken place over the phone, or they could have taken place by Don Jr. walking down the hall to talk to his dad, he added. The Washington Post's Michael Cranish and Rosalind S. Helderman contributed to this report. For more than a year, congressional Democrats have pushed to unlock a mystery they said could reveal whether Donald Trump had advanced knowledge of a meeting his eldest son had in the summer of 2016 with a Russian lawyer promising damaging material about Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.